Hello. Just waiting to see if I have anyone in here and where I am. I should be on broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I am hoping I have sound. Just want to double check that. I think I have sound. Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Okay, I see them somewhere. I see little eyes coming up there. So I hope I'm on Facebook and YouTube. I hear you and see you. Oh, good, Raina. Thank you. Marissa, hello. Hi, Kevin and Terry Ann. Hello. I was watching the hockey game and I stepped away from the hockey game to come in here for a short little bit. Hi, Brenda and Adriana. Hi. And Rowena. Hi. Just looking at the names, and to anyone who's watching and not commenting, hello to you all as well. I just want to stop in for a few moments. I do have some like baby puke in my hair and and on my shirt, but we're here. Well, hello, Tracy and Wendy and Jennifer. I think I said hello to Michelle. Yvette, hello, Jaden. Yeah, I just decided to just come in quickly. And Faye, hello. I decided to just stop in and do a quick little stop in. I got a lot happening right now, a lot going on right now, but and I was watching a little bit of the hockey game, but that's stressful. So I'm not watching the hockey game right now because that's just a stressful thing and I don't want any extra stress. Okay. So just stopping in, let's talk energy. Let's talk energy and let's talk angels. Let's talk love. So we have a lot of energy, and I believe now. Remember, I am not the astrologer, so Raina, step in here. I believe today we had like some alignments or something of going into some planets, or something happened today where there was a shift in energy, or we're still in a little bit of shift of energy where it's a little bit of like that being at war with ourselves, or being kind of, it feels like there's a lot of like a negative, I don't know if it's always a negative pull, but just challenging. It's challenging energy. That's what it is. So there's a challenging energy in the air, and it's going to be around for a few more days. We do have some of that challenging energy that's happening. But with that, we always have to look in. We look in from the place of love. So with love in our hearts, challenging moments and challenging situations give us the opportunity to look at our own lives of where, if what am I resisting that life is challenging me so much. So this is the time when we do the hard stuff, like the things that you've been avoiding, neglecting, and not wanting to face. They're kind of facing you right now, and we have to look at them. And take a really good look at those in our lives. And so we are looking at that energy. For me today, so this is how crazy it is. So for me today, I was outside, out in the shed, and I had to move some stuff. I decided I was in a very stressful call for about 4 hours, 5 hours today, like a long time in a very stressful call in things that I have to do. And I decided that we had company for a while, and the mattress and stuff was still up in my office, and I decided I would pull it downstairs. Well, I pulled my back out, and then I decided I would finish doing up our garage because we're putting a man cave in the garage. Well, it's not just a man cave. Hey, anybody see the feather going down my back? um, told you we're going to talk angels. And then I went out to the shed and I had this a beautiful island with a granite countertop on it, with a granite top. And it was in my old house. My mother had it for years. It's real wood. I went to bring it out and move it into from the shed to the garage, and the whole thing collapsed and fell apart. The big granite countertop fell on top of my hand. I got my hand bruised up, and it just collapsed as I was moving it. And it just like shattered everywhere. And pieces were going everywhere. I fell into it. I looked around like if the neighbor sees me, like my neighbors must think I'm just freaking crazy. Last Friday, I was out burning old envelopes and old papers and burning away old debt stuff, like doing ceremony around the fire. And yet today, this all collapsed and fell. And I'm like, because you're not supposed to bring old back into the house. It was something old. Sorry, mom, if you're watching, it is now gone. I know you've been fighting over for me to keep this forever. And then I just took it and I walked to the garbage can. I kept the countertop part, the granite, and I made another table. I created another space with the top, but it just shattered. And that's kind of where we are in our lives, is that there is um yeah, see, and we got people like that. See your boobs. Yeah. Um, but that's where we are in our lives, is that we literally are, seeing things fall apart in front of our eyes. Things are collapsing. Old stories are collapsing. Old energy is collapsing. Relationships, old things in our lives, our stories are collapsing. You're seeing like these endings really truly take place in our lives, and allowing them to happen. And so when it happened, I didn't even have a sad moment. All I did was laugh, and I sat on the grass and I laughed. And I'm like, what else do you do? It's now gone. And if I had to phone mom, she probably would have said, save that. We'll put it back together. And I'm like, no, there is no going back together. You can never, ever put things back the way they were, right? It's like we can build new from something. So I took a piece of it and I built something new. And that's the energy. That's why we have these challenging energies, is to get us to make the shifts that we need to make to do the things that we need to do. And so wherever you are being challenged and you're stagnant, you're not moving forward, you're staying in some of the old stories, maybe it's time to look at them. Take a really good look in with an open heart and love in your eyes. Brandon, you're working, dad's talking to you. And so take that, take a really good look and look in at your life and just say, sometimes, that's a blessing in disguise. And you're not be able to see that it is actually a blessing in disguise, that something is falling apart, and that we need to let it fall apart. If we don't have those endings, we can't have those new beginnings in areas of our lives. And it holds us stagnant in old emotions. And we're here now to move forward beyond those old emotions. Oh, huh. Thanks, Lisa. Hello, my other Lisa. I'm like just messaging Lisa as I'm waiting for live to come on. Lisa Richard. And Lisa Star Francis, I'm so happy you found a home to live in. I just got to go into the Facebook here, and then I'm going to just kind of give us some cards for this. So yeah, but then in the end of my day, I got some time with my granddaughters. I'm just trying to get rid of that message. Bear with me. How come I can't see it? It's not coming up. Okay. So um, if you had seen last week, I was preparing to teach a class, a weekend workshop. So last weekend, I taught a weekend workshop about our rainbow connection. And that is that, embodying our lives into being in that place of caring, caring enough, sometimes beyond compassion, because sometimes we are so compassionate about other people and about caring for other people that we don't care for ourselves. Or we care so much about, we're so caught up in what's wrong in our lives that we can't see the blessings of good things around us. So the rainbow connection is truly being able to come to that place of being able to see. Now there's so much more than that to it, but being able to see our lives and live from that place of, of benevolence, of being divinely guided and trusting, and working from that light. And so I work with light language. I work with the light, and of course, I speak the light languages, and so working with light codes, and so a lot of that work really truly works with that angelic realm and being out there in the angelic world and floating around out there. Now, I do have a psychic awareness class coming up June the 11th, and you don't have to be psychic. You don't have to be a psychic to take that class. It really truly just helps to learn how to trust your gut, trust your instincts, and to be able to really truly, you know, trust your senses and what you feel, what you sense, what you just know to be going on around you, and to be able to read that a little bit, that it's not always, what you think something is not always what it is. I can't see my comments. I'm sorry. Um, Stagnant my job, wondering what I need to open my eyes to. This is crazy thing we call life. Ah, Jade, that's a beautiful question, actually. What do I need to open my eyes to? That is such a truth. So, what do I need to open my eyes to? And I'm going to start with that. I'm actually going to start with that, Jaden. And this is not just for Jaden. I'm going to use I'm using Jaden's comment. So I'm going to use his comment as an opening for the cards, and I'm going to ask the guides and angels to make it a comment that resonates with everyone, so that it can what do we need to open our eyes to? I know what I needed to open my eyes to, and I'm in the midst of a lot of changes in my life right now, and I feel like coming up into it, there was so much anxiety. The past couple years have been challenging, and once I could see clearly the way that what I needed to see, and make those changes, and then step into the changes, it's almost like there's that release, right? Like, not just a relief, but a release. It's like something releases from us. And so let's start with that, because for so many of us right now, that's such a truth. And so the cards buckled over on that. So we're going to go with the two that buckled. And let's see what it gave us. Now I'm still trying to find, which I can't get. I don't know why. Lisa Richard, if you're still there, unless you did, could you get rid of that comment? That's not very nice there. Okay. If you don't mind at all, because I can't seem to get my comments. So for thank you. I love you. um, and so the cards that actually came up are very pink. So I'm going to tell you the angel that we have. So we have Archangel Brachial, who's very present with us. I was downstairs, and I've been rearranging, like, just because I've had to clean house of a lot of things in here, like everywhere, like just clean house. I've been 4 years just like on that writing mission, like doing work, and it was just time to clean up. And so Archangel Brachial is the angel that was coming through. And Archangel Brachial was telling me to really truly pay attention to our blessings. When we are not able to see clearly, don't put our focus on what could be wrong. Bring your focus into your blessings. What is going right in my life? What is it that I have that's happening in the beautiful energy? What are, where's my blessings? What are they? And because we get so caught up in what is wrong that we can't see what is right. So when we're caught up in that, you're holding on to everything that would have happened in the past, including the angst, the angers, the frustration, the still being mad at people, still having the narrative or the story of, this is how people are to me. This always happens to me. And that is the place in the area where sometimes we need to open our eyes to see clearly that we can be our own problem and that we are in our own way. So sometimes it is not the job, sometimes it's not the people in our lives. Sometimes it's the narrative of the story that we are telling ourselves. So we can be telling ourselves some really crappy stories. And Brachial's bringing in this beautiful pink, which also comes in the fragrance of these beautiful flowers. Like almost like I'm smelling, the soft the roses, like the smell of the roses and the blossoms. Like I'm seeing the apple blossoms, the cherry blossoms, and I'm smelling that smell. And I'm seeing this really soft pink. And so sometimes the way to a solution is not to become harsher, harder, push, be forceful. It is actually to become soft. Soften your gaze. Soften your gaze, soften your heart, soften your steps, and come in from a place of a much gentler place. And so the card that came out with this was peaceful perspective, and it is Paisley. And she brings in the three doves, and these beautiful three doves. As you can see, one is behind but is full light. One is right here, and one she's releasing. So this kind of goes with the actually with, and so we have the power of three, which we have the zero right here, which is the zone of endings and beginnings inside that middle point, and this is rebirth. And so this beautiful pink energy that's here really truly says, it's like sometimes the light and the love of spirit is behind us. It is not in front of us. The love of spirit is not in front of us. It is behind us. And it is trying to shine a light behind us that brightens up the way so that we can trust our own way forward. That we don't wait for spirit to tell us where to go of even the angelic realm or wherever, that we come to that place to be at peace with ourselves. And when we're not running around in our head and repeating stories and being all caught up in the angst, we make peace. And when we can make peace with where we've been, make peace with the way things have been, and we can truly let go. Because even though she is letting go, is she holding on? Has she freed it? Is there something she's still disguising? And this is the beautiful flow. And so this beautiful light shining behind, and then the one that's right in front of her eyes, is sometimes we can't see what's right in front of our eyes because we're so caught up in what we don't have. We're still so angry, we're still so frustrated that we can't see the beautiful blessings. And that affects our heart and our ability to be able to see, to hear. Because even when somebody is speaking to you and they're very nice and they're very kind, if you're angry in your heart, you're going to be even pissed off at the nice person. And because you're going to, like, even their niceness, even their kindness, you're going to be pissed off at that because you're going to find something wrong, right? And we can be still in our hurts. Like we can still know that we got to walk that journey. But we can also be truly willing to set things free so that we can be in a place of rebirth and new beginnings. So, why do we not move forward? Sometimes we become the victim to our own circumstances, and the things we don't like are the things we stay in because it fulfills the need to be able to stay complaining, to stay angry, to stay hanging out with the shadow of yourself instead of being able to move forward with your true self. And so Brachio's just telling us that sometimes we got to, find that sweet place and come into that sweetness, that sweet energy, and to be able to see those blessings. I did an interview last week, and she asked me to channel a message, and I actually had to go back and listen to the channeled message, because I'm like, she asked me to channel the message from God and from God consciousness. And when I was all done, she was laughing and she said, "Oh my God, it's so true." So if you want to watch that interview, you can go down through my Facebook page and you'll see the Empath Summit, and you can sign up for the Empath Summit. And there's a whole list of us speakers in there. There's even a special offer of like a 30% off one of my classes that's coming up that you can also get into. Lisa's also a speaker in there, Lisa Richard. And so you can go in there and you can get all of that. But in there, the message was, I want something special. Give me something special. And the message was pretty much, I give you something special every day. Every day you look in the mirror, there's a blessing, there's a miracle, but you can't see that. So you are the miracle and the blessing. And you were the miracle and the blessing to people in your lives when you first arrived. Well, you have to be that in your own life, but you also have to look at all the blessings that you have, including you in your life. So you need you need the best version of you in order to be able to move forward into the best future. And if you don't have the best version of you, you're never going to be able to move into the best future, right? And it takes having the courage and the faith, the courage and the confidence to be able to face our own selves, which is hence where I have been for the last 4 years in creating more than existing. Is I had to have the courage and the confidence to face me, not to look out into the world, but to look into me. How am I contributing? Where do I'm manifesting that anger, not the world. What I'm angry inside of myself, I'm manifesting. And that's what we do. We manifest that. We bring that into our lives. And that's what we do. And so no matter how many messages you get, no matter how many times you hear from spirit loved ones, you'll be happy for the first day or the first week, but it takes connecting to the essence of you, your spirit, your soul. You are a spirit. You're a spirit having a human experience. And that spirit is light and it is love. And it is this energy, it's this energetic force that's connected. And it's the same thing as the energy that's out there. So whatever is happening out there is also can be existing in you. But there's many things happening out there all at once. It's not just one thing, right? And so recognizing that, connecting to that, knowing that there's this, you can have temporary satisfaction and temporary happiness and keep seeking it, and then still keep seeking it in other areas, or even blaming the not good stuff on everyone else. Or you can get really honest and authentic and true to yourself. And I mean, I've called myself out on much of my bullshit that has challenged me, that has made life hard, that gets in the way. And when you do that for yourself, it is actually, you can see your blessings, because you can see there's still a lot of those things in our lives. And that's how we're able to start to be able to open our eyes. If our eyes and our ears are closed, and even to the things we don't like, even to the differences in opinions or views, if you shut it down and you're already angry and you don't want to hear it, doesn't mean you have to agree with it. But we exist in polarities, and those polarities will always be there, always. And so when you can accept the difference, the different aspects of yourself and the different sides of you, and you can release and let go of some of the things you carry, then you can be a little more willing to accept, and just the world is full of it. And you'll see clearly, and you'll know your direction. You'll know exactly where you need to go. So I hope, Jaden, that helps you. And I hope it helps many, many other people. Because when you're at peace in your heart and your mind, your feet will guide you. Your heart will guide you. And you'll just know and feel and sense and which direction to go in. That's one thing that I also teach in that psychic awareness, right? So when I teach psychic awareness and those things, I don't teach by the book, right? I don't teach the patterns. I teach from that place of, I'm a healer. and I'm a healer first before I'm anything. And so, a healed, being a healed, being healed in your own self allows you to be able to show up in a much different light, in a much different way, and to work from a different place within our own lives and our own hearts. So, yeah. Hello, everyone who's watching and joining in. Uh, Crystal, if you're dreaming of her, she's there. I can tell you that, Crystal. If you're dreaming of her, if you're dreaming of your mom's there. That's your mom. And so it's when we're asleep is when your ego is out of the way. It's when all things. You're welcome, Jaden. When we move all of the other, like when we're out of the way and we're not doubting, or we're not like second guessing, or we're not seeing or feeling or sensing, going, oh my God, is that really happening? When we're asleep, you're out of the way, right? That ego's out of the way. And then it's that spirit to spirit connection. So when your mom's coming through in that spirit connection, she's coming through in a way so that you can know that she's there. And so, you may not even hear what she's saying. Um, you may not, but you'll know she's there. And so eventually, all of a sudden, you could be sitting down and all of a sudden you remember a message. And what you're remembering is the message that she was giving you, is that all of a sudden you can hear that message. Because the only thing with time is us. Only humans have that time. So she's very present. And so in that divine timing, when you're ready to hear it, you're going to hear those messages. Um, you know, I'm I'm not really fully overly connected with her right now. I don't feel, but I feel like I do have a sense as I'm speaking about her, that she had um, a kindness in her heart, and she had a lot of hidden pain. So I feel like she had a lot of hidden pain, or a lot of things that she didn't speak of in her life. Like she just kind of kept it secret, kept it quiet, suppressed it. But she also had a lot of love in her heart. And so um that's what I'm feeling around her. That's what I'm getting around her, Crystal, is that she does have and I feel like she's telling you the same thing, like don't hold back. Like, don't not deal with the things that you need to deal with for you, because I feel like there's things that you have not yet dealt with, and they keep coming up. So whether it's in relationships, whether it is just from the very past, Crystal, you're being told that you're not letting, like, almost like you keep saying, no, it's okay, but you get this like urge, like almost like you almost like you just feel this angst, like this, like something keeps pushing it back down, but it's your own fear of not being able to speak it, or not being able to let it out. Yeah, they're all around, because we're spirit, they're everywhere. They're never not around us. They're there. And if they, and so like Cynthia just said, she was walking and she could feel those grandparents. Yeah, because they walk amongst us. It's like they're spirit, right? So I hope, Crystal, that helps you in some way. Um, and that resonates with you. My mother has heard the grandfather spirit and bear spirit around her. Is there a message in that? Hard, because it's for your mom, Faye. Um, that described her very well, Crystal. Good. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, and that's what I guess. I mean, I know it's her. I'm just not all the way into, but I know that's her. I know that's what she's got for you. And just like, just yeah, yeah. So I hope that helps. Oh shoot, Faye. So you're and so yeah, being like grandfather and bear spirit. Um, so chances are for your mom, I feel like with bear spirit, it could be coming out of hibernation, it could be protection. I feel like it's like coming out. I feel like a lot of times when I'm not feel like I know when bear walks with me and bear comes into my life, and sometimes when I'm reading through readings for people and bear is there, bear spirit could also be tied to clans, right? So if somebody in the family was from the bear spirit clan, connected to the bear clan, and that's in their totem, um, then of course you're going to have the bear walking in. The color of the bear matters, the type of bear matters, everything kind of matters. um, it could be protection, and it could be, but I do feel like Faye, um, I feel like it's something about like coming out. And yeah, and so if you're hearing grandfather spirit, it's the elders speak a lot, and they have been really really talking a lot lately. We have a lot of the crone, we have a lot of the elders, we have a lot of that ancestral energy that's coming up, because we have this connection between heaven and earth, and we have the connection to our underworld. And so me, being indigenous, like I'm Mi'kmaq First Nations, and the little people, the little people. I feel like for Faye, and I don't know if this is for your mom, because I feel like this is more for you, Faye, than it is for even for your mom. The little people. Do not fear the things that are of the unknown. And I just feel like the little people, and I don't know if I feel like grandfather spirit may have had some sort of connection to little people, but I pick up the little people around you. I pick up that middle world around you. And sometimes, there's just this mystical energy that's just there for us. So I also, Faye, strength. I feel like providing strength. I don't know what strength is for, but Faye, strength. Stacy, Pompey was working the field on the weekend, and even song he listened to reminds him of Reed. I told him Reed is just letting you know he's with him. Yes, exactly, Stacy, because spirit communicates through music, through lights, through electricity, uh, through nature. They're always showing us through nature. Always. There's so much to see through nature, and yeah, and Reed is like extra. He's always extra busy, extra busy. Um, and so yeah, they do. And so he's making sure that his dad hears those words. And when you can let yourself like let your it's like people say, I feel like this is what it was telling me. Well, if it feels like that's what it's telling you, you need to trust that sometimes. So sometimes we doubt that, and don't doubt those. Ah, right, Faye. Right, right. Yeah. So the little people come and eat our sugar. They like the sweets. Yes, they do. They do like the sweets. And yeah, and so they'll come eat the sweets. Yes, Jaden, that happens to me too. Lights go off. I could be walking down the road and like street lights go off. And so, that's your own energy, right? That's because we're energy, and we connect to that energy. I cannot wear magnets, cannot put magnets. If you can hide a magnet under a mattress, and I will tell you it's there. It burns. I can feel it. Um, Jennifer, I seen yours. I'm coming back to you. Um, Hi, everyone else. And Jennifer, I believe she does. I think she may be coming. She's not. She's probably. It's not that she's not coming to your dreams. you're probably not being able to feel, sense, or know it's her yet. And so stop asking her. Because I feel like for you, Jennifer, I feel like she's just always around you. I don't feel I know she's very much with you all the time. There's not a time that she's not with you. You ask every night and it never happens. That's what you think, it doesn't happen. And so I'm going to tell you that you thinking it's not going to that it's not happening, she's there. And chances are like that there will just be this moment when you just know, because you're going to bed with that almost like a preconceived disappointment, like she's not going to come again tonight. Whereas she's there. Yeah, she's always there. So if you have, so this is my question. If you have her with you all the time and you know she's always there, why is it that you need her to prove to you in in your dreams? If you know she's always there, why do you need her to prove it to you in her dreams? And that's her telling you to have faith and just keep talking to her all day long. If you know she's there all day long, talk to her all day long. Be connected to her all through the day. Talk to her all day. And she's probably moving mountains for you. Yeah. You want to see her lifelike. Now, in your dreams, they don't always come lifelike. Um, and that's a misconception, as people think in the dreams they're coming lifelike. So the reason why sometimes we can't see lifelike is because you're not clairvoyant. Your ability to be able to see is not there. If you trust the feeling of knowing she's there, you are seeing her. And then other times she may, in dreams, you don't have to be a clairvoyant to see in dreams. But in dreams, it's like holographic views, right? So you may get this vision, but it's a memory. So what she's doing is she's reactivating these memories of what she looked like. So I'm going to tell you what to do. Close your eyes while you're awake, sit back, and access your own memories. Recall her vision. Recall what she looked like to you. Recall her recall her and sit next to her. So imagine yourself sitting next to her. And just even do it right now. Sit there, just just take a deep breath and just close your eyes and then recall seeing her. Recall a memory. Call forth a memory of you and her together somewhere. And just being able to just know she's there. Don't look to see her. Just know she's there with you. You just remember her smell. Remember her hair. Remember her movements. Remember her smile. Remember her eyes. Now remember the sound of her voice. And as you remember the sound of her voice, now remember what it felt like to sit next to her. Now you are right with her. We're in a different dimensional time. We're sitting in a whole different time. Now you're sitting with her. Now what would you like for her to tell you? What is it you want to ask her? And then sit quietly, nothing, and just let the message come. And you're just going to know it. It's just like you'll hear one word, you'll hear two words, or you're just going to sense this word. You're like, happy? Did she just say happy? Did she just like, and whatever it's going to sound like, sometimes it's going to sound like it's in your voice. Most of the messages will sound like your voice, like you're hearing but it's her voice because she's communicating through you from spirit to spirit. She's connecting to your spirit. But you can access the memories to see her, to feel her, to know she's there. And there she is. There she is, right there. Now practice that, and you'll bring her in. and stay with that, because what you have to trust is really truly trust your own experiences. Trust those moments, because you have a memory bank of her, and there's so much love in that, and there's so much beauty in that. So call in those memories. That's why we have them. You have me crying here in a good way. So profound. Thank you so much. I've been broken for 4 years. I've been right on such a journey since she passed. And I'm right. And so, yes. And so I'm grateful. Yes, exactly. Right. So you're so welcome. But that's why we have those beautiful memories, is that we can use those memories to bring ourselves back into, even into a new time. You're bringing that into your now, and you're sitting with that, and you're sitting it with such love and such a compassion. And that's the power of the presence of being still. Remember how old the angelic realm is. Remember how old the spirit world is, the guides. So how do you think I sit with them? The soul remembers. So the soul remembers that connection, that time. And then they come forth. And of course, I am a clairvoyant, so I can clearly see what is there. But I remember that feeling of love. And when I start to remember that feeling of love, any memory of love, of being so loved, will come forth. Like my grandfather, Bobby Thorne, will come forward. My grandmother will come forward. And that starts to bring forth, because love opens up your heart. That feeling will open up your heart, and you'll feel that connection. You'll feel that love. And that's where we want to work from. Thank you, Lisa. Me too, Jennifer. I'm crying, sitting and taking a whole, right? And so, yeah, I'm always crying. So don't worry, cry away. Good tears. It's a release. So what's also happening, you're also releasing that, that whole sense of frustration and sadness, that you're not able to bring that in, right? Go pack, go pack, go pack, Lisa. And I'm sending you much love, and you're moving. I will see you soon. You get moved, and then we got to chat. um, yes, there she is. See, Jennifer? She's right here with me. All I have to do is close my eyes and remember. Wow. Yeah, that's it. All you have to do is close your eyes and remember. And there she is. It's a beautiful experience. And it really starts to allow you to feel how got me crying too. Good. I'm glad it got you crying. Because it does. It's just like it just connects you in such a way that it's just knowing that, spirit to spirit, love to love, heart to heart, memory to memory. It just gives us that opportunity to be so, what holds us back is being so tied to our human ways of doing things, our human connection, that whole sense of self, that it just keeps us from being able to be in that moment and to be present with it. So yeah, let them think whatever they want. Exactly, Stacy, right? And I'm going back up to Stacy's. Every day is a struggle, but we keep moving forward. Some days are great and some days are still hard. Thank you for thinking of us. He's always hearing you. Just miss the physical. Yes. And so there is no escaping that grief. There is no escaping that grief. That grief is, it's on the other side of grief. Who do we become on the other side of grief? And creating some sort of that, seeing blessings, living in blessings, finding the synchronicities, the reasons to smile and laugh. Well, that connects us deeper. So remembering the memories of all the good things with them, and stepping into those, having that moment with spirit, with our loved ones, really truly allows the heart to open. The angers, the not being able to find that sense of forgiveness, it's not forgetting, but being able to even forgive ourselves sometimes, or, for that whole sense of, well, I didn't get the last word, or I didn't get to see them. We have to let them go, because let those, free ourselves of that, because when they leave, they enter into their heaven, right? They don't take emotions with them. They don't take their, guilt, shames. It's not the same. That they're freed of that. The soul doesn't take that. So from that place of joy and love within their hearts, they're there to help you. They want you to be able to create more of that and feel that, because in that creation, you can exist in the same energy, come into that same energy. Wow, Jennifer, I'm so thankful that, that helped you. I asked for the guidance and they provide it for me. Uh, yeah, that's a freedom. That's a freedom. Yes, I am a healer. I try, there was denial and changing the words and changing the languages and those type of things. And it is the guidance. It is it's allowing this beautiful love to flow through that helps others heal. And I can't do the healing for people. I can give the guidance and share the love. And that's, yeah. And hello, everyone else who's also joining in with us tonight. Um, and thank you, Rhonda. It's good to see you too. Um, that's why I have Ride for Read, to celebrate. Yes, exactly, right? Like Stacy has Ride for Read, and she celebrates, and as a community, they celebrate Reed, and his legend lives on. He is a legend, a total legend. That's what he is. Ah. Okay, I'm going to end with a card because I do have to go. Um, I have, and I only have to, and not that I have something else to do. I can't sit any longer than this because of my, because I kind of I hurt my back in collapsing that table today. And so I'm going to go soak in the bathtub. I'm going to go nurture that of myself. So let's end with a card. I will be back. I will have some YouTube videos out again tomorrow. If you're not on my YouTube, you can go check out all of my channeled messages that are on YouTube. I channel through the divine and God consciousness, and I have a lot of messages on there. I will hopefully get the monthly zodiacs out for June coming up here right away. Remember, we have Archangel Brachiel with us, telling us to look for our blessings, to see the blessings in our lives. Like that blessing that's like spread out right there on top of the pillow. Can you see that? See that body? That's Jazz. Living the hard life in the sunshine. Okay. And I think it was last Sunday, I did a two-hour live mediumship. So watch for those. Always watch for those where I do live connection to spirit, but I also on the 11th, so it's a Saturday from 10 until 2 Mountain Standard Time. So it's 4 hours that I will be doing a psychic awareness class. And that one you can sign up for. It's all on my website. It is on the events. If you go to my Facebook page, it is on the events page. Excuse me, right there. It's for some reason, none of my events are being seen like nowhere. I've been battling this with Facebook for a while, but yeah. But you have to go to my Facebook page or go to my website, sign up on the website, even in subscription, and you can see all of that. So Feed the Light, Rose, and see Brachial. And Brachial is speaking of the roses and like trails of roses and blossoms and just these petals and these beautiful soft smells and blessings. And Feed the Light, and it's funny because it has a golden water can. I actually had to go to the dollar store today, and we were buying my granddaughter's second birthday party is this coming Saturday. And we were buying stuff for the party, and I'm like, I need a watering can. I need to get a watering can. I never know why I need to. I'm like, why do I need a watering can? I got two water hoses outside. Like, I take glass mason jars and walk around the house and fill up and feed the plants. I'm like, so why do I need a watering can? But I had to have a watering can. And I never know why. I just do. And it was a purple watering can. And it was a synchronicity to the moment of recognizing that brachial has been with me all day and just saying, just feed the light. You have to feed into your own light. And by feeding into your own light, to feel charged up, to feel connected to spirit, to even our loved ones, is that if in our lower energy and then that negative energy and that angst, it's harder to connect and it's harder to stay inspired and full of vitality and life. We need to feed into that. So you can't make the light shine brighter within if it's all negative. And it's not somebody else's job to do that for you. It is your job. So brachial saying that it's this beauty: be soft, be kind, be gentle to yourself. Look in with such love and do things that are kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself. And that's how we are able to most often overcome the challenges. And then we get the hard stuff done. And so caring about ourselves enough to do the things that we need to do to clean up with our lives, to clear out the old energy, to let go of the old stories, and to set ourselves free. So, yeah. Yes, that's right, Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay. And so you can also go on my website, and all the cards are laid out, and you can flip a card and it'll take you to a TikTok video. So when you flip them, you'll get your card of the day, whatever card's going to be calling your name, and you can get your card of the day. And it'll give you a message. And my cards are not out yet because I did just finish writing the book. So I finally just finished writing the book, and then for the cards. And then my second book, My Truth of Existing Beyond the Reflection. Hopefully we'll soon be able to start pre-sales on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. It's getting there. So it's the book is done. It has been done for a while. I've really stepped into really caring enough about my own work to just feel the need to rush things out. My first book is More Than Existing. For anyone who hasn't got my book, you can get it on Amazon.ca, Amazon.com, and Barnes and Noble, I think, and Balboa Press. But there is another book on the way. And so I'm really excited for the second book. I love the second book. And yeah, that's your messages. And like I said, yes, I'm going to have a nice soak now. Thank you, Edie. So everyone have a beautiful evening. I will be back. This week again. I am finally feeling that I can start stepping back into some of my work. I know I've said it before, but these past couple years have been a shit show of a healing journey of my own. So working my way back in, I'm trusting the call of when to come in. So the messages that came out tonight were the messages that needed to be. And, a message for one person may also be for you. So if it feels like resonates with you, then it's also for you. Please check back in again. Like I said, join me in one of my upcoming classes or go to More Than Existing Academy. Myself, Lisa, and Michelle have classes in there. So Michelle also has a class coming up. Lisa has some classes in there. And there's a lot of free stuff in there as well. So go to my website. You can get to all of it. School is More Than Existing Academy, and everything is in there. Much love. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.